Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, is PC Muscle Race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
Hey, what's poppin'?
Hi, LeRon.
Hey, Corey. How's it going?
It's going.
I'm pretty sure it's an exciting week for you.
It's been an incredible week for me, LeRon. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's dude. I got to talk about it. It's pirates. That's all I have to say.
He's like, dude.
Dude, the opening cutscene of Destiny. Not the opening cutscene, but like right before the second mission starts. You go in the bar. You're there. You're with Mithrax. You're with Ido, and you're with the Drifter, and they're talking about Aramis being unfrozen from the ice and getting a bunch of space pirates together. And then Drifter's just like, pirates! And it goes to black. It's very good. Anyways, we'll talk about it in a little bit. Stephanie's going to join us soon. She's running a little behind, but she'll be on in a minute. But, LeRon, we have a very special guest tonight.
Yes.
She is a newly welcomed writer to the Boss Rush writing team, Mary-Helen Norris. Hello. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the show. Yay.
It's going to be fun. Like, chatting with them before all this started has been a blast so far, guys. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, it'll go places if you let it. So
that's half the fun.
I know. It's true. It's true. It's going to be a good show. I feel it. Why don't you tell people who you are, what you do, what kind of games you like, that kind of thing. We wanna get to know you. We want our audience to know you.
All right. Well, as you mentioned, my name is Mary-Helen Norris. I am a mystery writer. I've written 3 books, a handful of short stories, articles. I even have a Doctor Who audio I've written.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love, like I said, murder mysteries. People do not expect it from me, but it's such a fun genre to explore that I really enjoy it. On the gaming side, I'm deeply, deeply invested in the Horizon franchise right now. I'm working through my first playthrough of Forbidden West and have played almost 40 hours for only a third of the game. It's gonna be a long, long slog. We're having fun though. I'm having a blast, but also play Pokemon. I played every game since Yellow. Super pumped for Scarlet and Violet. For the first time, they're actually gonna get me to buy both, and I'm like, why, Nintendo? My Pokemon. My wallet's already weeping. Super excited for Harvestella coming up. I think we have Stephanie coming on.
Is she here?
There she goes.
She's here. And we can't hear her.
Yeah, not a single.
Sorry, I'm
There we
here.
are.
I'm here.
Hi,
Oh.
Stephanie. We just started.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally.
I hope it had nothing to do with me
It was
because I'm
all
like,
about you.
no, I told you guys start without me.
We did.
We opted to wait.
We're
We're a team.
yeah, Stephanie.
Well, I appreciate it because you know me, I'm the one who's always like, it's so late, I want to go to bed.
We're just learning about Mary-Helen's likes and dislikes and gaming life and
Oh,
stuff.
perfect, just in time. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Virtually, in person, I guess.
Right.
yes, in person on camera.
In
On the
person on
internet.
camera. Yes.
Well, Mary-Helen, we're glad that you're here. I know we've been trying to expand our female guestship. Those words don't go together. People get what I'm saying, though. You know, we've been trying to get more of a female voice on this show for a while. Not that we don't love Stephanie, but you know.
Yeah, okay, I see how it is. I'm being slow.
Wow. All right.
And let me make it clear, it's not just because we want more women on the show, because that also kind of sounds weird. It's just different perspectives.
It's true. That's what she said. Yes.
Yeah, that is definitely a better way to word it.
Yes. See, I'm not the smart one. Stephanie's the smart one. I'm the one.
I mean, she's the one with the doctor title in her name.
I know she is a doctor. So.
Wow.
Wow.
LeRon and I are just lunkheads.
Hey, I'm dating someone with doctor in their as their title too. So
LeRon is a computer doctor.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Corey is the social media doctor, and I'm the pill pushing doctor.
Speaking of social, guess what, guys? On September 21st, I am going to host my job's podcast because
hey, you made it.
Both of my bosses will be out of town. One will be on vacation and one will be at an event. And so I get to host the podcast that week.
So let me get this right. For your in real life job, you get to do your hobby.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It is, except I won't get to talk about video games. I'm going to be talking about enterprise IT. Which
they're stepping up.
No, so real quick rundown here. That's funny because our podcast is called the Gestalt IT Rundown. I'm finding people who are much smarter than I am to talk about it, and I'm just gonna moderate the show. Is kind of how it's gonna go. I'm not actually gonna, spit my knowledge on enterprise IT, guys.
Hey, moderating the show is a sweet spot, though.
It's a great spot.
It's true. That's what I do here. I let them talk, and I just shut up.
You just do all your talking on Nintendo Pow Block.
You're right. Hey,
I love it. No complaints. We're not complaining.
I mean, it's fair. We do talk a lot on that show. That show is about
like the perfect combination.
Yeah, so Ed is the excitement and the hype and the outlandishness, and I'm the straight one. No pun intended, but also pun intended.
Okay.
The level-headed, realistic one. That's how we play it there. That's how we play it there. Speaking of playing, you guys can play with us over on Patreon. Patreon.com/The Boss Rush Network. Not The Boss Rush Network. Just Patreon.com/Boss Rush Network.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's how it works, LeRon. Just let me be.
I was going to let him have it.
If you want to support the Boss Rush Network, you can head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can support us for as little as $1 a month, and you get early access to 4 shows, including the audio version of this show, Boss Rush After Dark, Standard Definition, and Expansion Pass. Soon, you will get early access to Talk the Walk, our monthly walking simulator and cozy game show, and some interviews will be joining the fray as well. So look out for that. Very excited. But also, if you want to be a Patreon producer, you can subscribe to the $5 tier, which means you get early access plus a shout out on this here program, as well as others here on the Boss Rush Network. So without further ado, our Patreon producers for this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast are Adriel Munger, Celeste Roberts, my wife, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. So I want to thank all of our Patreon producers. I want to thank all of our patrons. I want to thank all of our free listeners. Remember, all of our content is free and will remain free. We just give you a couple perks for subscribing. If you listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star rating and a nice review. It really helps us out. If you listen on YouTube, watch us on YouTube, subscribe, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Hit the bell. Teach LeRon about SEO, and then he can just tell me.
Yes, please. Yes. You're supposed to be telling us about it.
I know.
You have that fancy schmancy job that's
you didn't
in
ask.
Freaking digital marketing and media.
You didn't ask?
You have not because you asked not.
Okay. All right. So yeah, get ready. You thought my you up texts at 2:00 in the morning were bad.
It's true.
You about to get it.
It's getting later. I'm worried. It used to be 1:00. Now it's 2.
Well, yeah. It's because I'm creating content for a video game YouTube channel.
Oh.
I'm sound asleep at 2:00. No one thinks of me at 2:00 in the morning. At least I hope not.
I can start thinking of you.
It's a flip of the coin for me.
It's a flip of the coin. One
I'm
side,
not.
one side of the coin is Stephanie. The other side is sleep. Oh man, how's everybody? Stephanie, how are you? I feel like
I'm okay.
I feel like we need to ask you first.
I don't know if I'm drinking this weird brand of energy drink called Rain, and the flavor is white gummy bear, and I don't know how I feel about it.
White gummy bear.
White gummy bear.
Is that a
Very
flavor?
specific.
Very.
And like it tastes good going in. Well, okay, that's what she said. But,
oh no.
But has this it just has a weird aftertaste because it's one of those like diet ones. So it has like this substitute sugar, like you know how substitute sugars have that weird aftertaste.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Anyway,
that's what this has.
Yeah, that's what I usually drink. I'll be very quick about why I'm late. And at first, it doesn't sound like it's a good excuse, but I will elaborate. So, I had a nail appointment. However, LeRon, just wait, okay? Because I never used to get my nails done, and now I'm getting my nails done because my biting habit's real bad.
Oh, okay.
And I asked for a 5:30 appointment because I'm like, that's not even close to 8:30. Guy says he's alone in the business. Can I come at 6:30? I said, will I be done by 8? I just kind of ballparked it. He's only 10 minutes away, the salon. He says, oh yeah, it'll only take an hour. So I'm like, okay, good. So I checked ahead to make sure. I'm like, there is no way 6:30. It would take 2 hours to do nails. No way. No way. That's impossible. It's not like I have massive claws that he needs to file down.
Mm-hmm.
I go, and he's already running late. In the midst of it, he's very meticulous, so he's like a little bit slower than how I'd expect nails to be done. And then, I'm telling him like, hey, I gotta be somewhere at 8:30. Like, it's okay if you don't do all that extra fancy stuff. I just need to, cause whatever. And then he starts talking about the story of how his mother died.
Oh no.
Oh.
And I couldn't just interrupt him and be like, hey, man,
no.
I gotta go. Like, some people might not have that problem of doing that, but I can't. I can't just be like, hey, can you tell me about your mom's death next time I come back? Like, he was he had like 10 other siblings and they were fighting and the mom waited. It was a very touching story. That's like why I felt extra bad, because he was like pouring out his heart to me about like his mother stayed alive long enough for him to see her and he couldn't bear to see her die. So she told him to go home. And as soon as he got home and fell asleep, she died. Like,
oh, wow.
It was so intense. And I sat there, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I was just picturing. I was like, I can see Stephanie right now doing the thing where you kind of like just creep your hands back and you start turning in your chair.
I felt so bad, and I don't know what took all that time, but I was, and I even had the money out and ready with the tip and everything. Like, I was just ready to go, and I couldn't just leave in the middle of it, and he's got sharp tools there, so I guess from now on, if I'm doing nails, I need to allot 3 hours. I never, I don't know. And I didn't do any fancy, like, bejeweled shit or patterns. It's just a color.
What a disappointment. Should have gotten some patterns out of that.
Right? So, like I said, at the surface level, it's not a good excuse. But I did my due diligence. I wasn't supposed to be late. And I just felt super rude interrupting this man's life-changing story.
It's okay. It's okay. Wow. Like, I don't even know how. I can't process that, so I have no advice for you in that situation.
It's okay. I was considering it as an after dark topic, as like where's our politeness level when it comes to boundaries and stuff. So I think that might be a topic for later. So other than that, work's crazy, but it's all good because it's a Wednesday night and I'm here with you guys. And thanks for waiting. Like, you didn't have to, but I appreciate it.
I mean, it's fine. LeRon was eating and we were getting acquainted and,
Just hanging.
I know, but I also feel bad for our guest. As you get to know me, I'm a stickler with time. I'm always like, we got to start on time. We got to start on time, and we can't end late because I turn into a pumpkin after midnight. And especially when we have guests, I'm like, we got to put our best foot forward. And look, we have a guest, and guess who's the one that's late? So
I was actually on
happens.
time.
I know.
The one that's always late is on time.
Where's I don't hear the screamer.
Wait, where?
Oh, he's
Go ahead.
he's asleep. So we did the thing where, so I usually put my daughter to sleep, and then my wife puts my son to sleep, and then when she leaves, he gets really angry. So we did the switcheroo, and now I'm putting my son to sleep, and well, he doesn't care about me, so he falls asleep. But then my wife is stuck in my daughter's room because she wants, my wife is the household favorite, and
It changes.
I don't blame my children. It's fine.
Is your wife working, or she stay at home?
She works from home.
Oh, she works from home. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. Like, they're around her 24/7. So like she can't ever get a break.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not only that, but it cycles. Like for a while, I was Nikolai's favorite, and now that he's a little bit older and his father takes him in all the fun stuff, now he's kind of the favorite. So children just play with your emotions. That's all they just manipulate you. That's all they do.
Yeah, it's it's fine. He was asleep. He's still asleep. And
Good. Congratulations.
Yeah. I know. I'm just the baby whisperer. Just kidding. Anybody playing anything fun? Anybody playing anything cool? Mary-Helen, you said you're playing Horizon. Tell us about...
Yeah, I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West at the moment.
Yes.
Nice.
And I'm like a third of the way through this game, and like I said, it's almost 40 hours logged. Yeah.
Wait, 40 hours total or 40 hours when you're a third of the way through?
40 hours when I'm a third of the way through. But I'm also doing like everything, because especially after the first game where there was the All Allies Gathered trophy, and I'm like, I haven't looked for spoilers. I'm like, if that's a thing, I have to do every side quest because you don't know when these NPCs are going to be needed later.
I see.
Yeah. Well, that's how it was in the first game, right? Where like if you did all the side quest, like whoever you helped on the side quests, they helped you on. And
there was like 8 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love Horizon. It's my favorite PlayStation franchise. It's the only platinum trophy that I have. It's just the best. I want to play Horizon Forbidden West, but I just don't have a PlayStation right now. So that'll have to wait.
It's so good.
I know. It looks so good too. It's one of the best games I've ever seen. Like best looking games I've ever seen.
And it's beautiful,
Yeah.
and like their attention to detail in some spots. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. I would say the only game I think that looks better in certain ways is Cyberpunk. And in terms of like animation, the way their facial animations are when they talk and their emotions and the way they move, Horizon is really like second to none. It's so beautiful. Oh, I love it.
Someday. And the reason why I have not gotten to Forbidden West yet is because I never got to the original one, and I'm sure as heck not going to play the second one before the first one. And I have it downloaded. When I had my PS Plus membership, I downloaded it when it was free, whatever month that was. I'm like, I'm going to get to it. But stuff happened. And for me, I don't know how you are when you game. Like, if it's a very epic story, like a very meaty game, kind of like Ghost of Tsushima, I need to be fully invested in it. Like, I can't just be like, oh, I'll play it 1 week, and if I get busy, I'll just pick it back up 2 weeks later. I need to be sure I have the time to consistently put into it to kind of not do it a disservice, if that makes sense. So
It does.
Someday.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same way. I try my best not to do the whole hokey pokey thing when it comes to like playing games, especially like ones that like actually have like some real weight to them. Like there are some games that you can definitely play for fun. And then there's other games where it's like, okay, it needs to have my vested attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Horizon. Tell us more.
Horizon. Yes, definitely do not play Forbidden West without playing Zero Dawn. The warning, Zero Dawn gave me a slight existential crisis when I played it. It was a good time.
Ooh.
so good, but it totally did.
Okay.
But just uncovering the mystery, I'm not going to say a whole lot because there's some bombs dropped in Zero Dawn that make the world make sense. But just that the way they set up that world and like the different tribes of people, and they all have their own religions and their own cultures, and it's, to me, it's from like an anthropologic standpoint, it's so fun. But also like the gameplay is really good because I'm not especially best at that kind of game, so I maybe have it down on story mode because I'm trying to enjoy the story because I love it. But it's a lot of fun. Like they do a good job balancing it for players like me that aren't the best at like the fighting side of things.
Yeah. All right. I'm kind of similar. I usually will opt for a story mode. I'm just not good at gaming, but I still want to play it.
That's me. I get it.
Yeah. And since Hogwarts Legacy got delayed, I'm thinking that empty spot is going to be where I start.
Did you see the collector's edition?
Yes.
It has a floating wand.
A floating wand. I was like,
I know.
I have no monies for that, but I want the floating wand. LeRon's just sitting there in the corner like, these dorks.
I know. Nerds.
Talk to me again when Callisto Protocol and Dead Space remake come out. And it'll be a different me at that point.
I mean, so speaking of collector's editions, though, the Destiny Lightfall one comes with the fish ghost, and it's a lamp. And
a fish ghost lamp.
All right, so Corey, I'm about to be that guy tonight. You just offloaded a whole bunch of like collector's edition and all this stuff. No, sir, you cannot.
I don't get the Destiny ones. Why
not?
Because they're like $300 a piece. I don't have that kind of money to spend on a collector's edition. I want them. Yeah, I want them, but I'm not going to go spend it. Plus, like starting with Lightfall, you had to order them through the Bungie store, and it's just a pain in the ass to order through them, like that kind of stuff. And so, like, that's another reason why I stopped. But like, the Lightfall one was pretty cool, and then the Witch Queen one came with the Hive Ghost. And it had like this skeletal body, and it just kind of like wrapped around this green orb. I wanted it really bad, but it was $250, and now the Lightfall one's like $300, and it comes with hold on, let me look up LC Braze.
Isn't the Hogwarts Legacy Collector's Edition like $300?
Something like that.
Probably.
It's insane.
Yeah,
it's in West is $250, and I'm like, I want it.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad that the Last of Us Firefly Edition got sold out. Because if it wasn't sold out, I would have bought it.
So wait, they just never brought it back up?
I've been checking. I've never seen it get restocked.
So it'll get restocked closer to when the game comes out. Like,
yeah,
so
I was about to say Sony's not about that limited run life.
No, that's Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not about that either. Gosh. Man, I forget what her ghost is called, because it's not technically a ghost. It's like this little thing that helps her travel through time, because Elsie is a time traveler trying to fix the timeline. It's a whole thing. We talk about it a lot on on my Destiny podcast, if you want to figure that out there. But like it's like this, like, so her companion is like this little glittery floating, it kind of looks like a fish, but like its fins have like this really kind of glass, like colored glass look to it, and it's a lamp. You could turn it on, and it makes little.
And you could turn it off.
Yeah, you could turn it off, and it's like this, like, but
Whoa!
like the fins move though, and it makes the light like do things, and it's really fun. Don't judge me. I feel judged.
No, I'm amused.
It's fine.
Definitely entertained.
You know?
Yeah, LeRon's the judging person. Look at his face.
I know.
The face
Actually, I am in the middle of something. I'm exhausted, so I had to take a nap earlier today. Like I usually don't take a nap. I usually don't take a nap. Like if I take a nap, it's early in the day. Like, you know, like right after lunch, I'll take a nap. You know. But I messed around and held off on this nap until like 6 o'clock, and so I'm playing catch up, and right now I'm like texting my boyfriend because I was like, I feel so bad because I was going to actually like call you before we started podcasting, but I fell asleep.
Aw.
Hmm. The fish ghost is called a puka, by the way. In case anybody's scared.
Well, we kind of, no thanks to me, derailed the conversation. Anything else other than Forbidden West?
That's been my main one. Like I tend to like hyperfixate on a single game. Now, some weeks you might catch me like doing like Stardew Valley's thing with friends. Hasn't been a week where I've played with friends, but I hyperfixate on a single game and play it through, and then move on to the next.
That's a good habit to have.
Yeah, it really
Believe me.
is.
I wish I had that habit. That habit does not happen to me. Yeah, I'll buy. So here's what happens. I'll get like a couple games at a time, and I'll be like really excited to play them, and then I will not play any of them and just either play Destiny or watch TV while I'm editing something or work on something else because there's too much choice. There's too many things.
So much choice.
There's too many things. Anyways, Stephanie, what are you playing? How's the Steam Deck? I want to talk about the Steam Deck because I did put it on the thumbnail for this week's episode.
Okay. Well, LeRon,
Yes.
congratulations.
You're playing Monster Hunter.
I'm playing Monster Hunter Rise.
I saw your picture of you and your kitty and your doggo. I saw it.
Oh, that part
What
was.
are-
I never
what-
spent so much time customizing.
What are their
characters.
names? What's your Palico's name?
Palico's name is. Oh my goodness, I'm blanking out. Well, no, because my son was watching me customize everything, and he was kind of being bossy, like, "No, it's gotta have this color." So he wanted to name. My son wanted to name one of them Johnson, and I'm like, "We are not naming the Palico Johnson."
That's funny.
I'll have to grab my Steam Deck in a second when I, maybe take a bathroom break and come back to you on that. Only because I'm still kind of a mental mess from being late, but. I only just started. Like I said, I customize. I love how I can ride my Palico, right? And I did that very first intro mission where they teach you everything.
Yeah.
My weapons at this time, I'm experimenting with the dual blades.
Okay.
So I'm getting the hang of it. I'll admit, like, because this is a new type of game for me, the like UI or like shifting through all your options and your items is kind of a bit overwhelming for me. Not because it's set up poorly or anything. It's just a matter of getting used to. Because the most I'm used to is like in the N64 where I'd assign an item to each C button and that's it. So, but no, I mean, granted, again, I haven't really put it to a real test yet, but so far it's running very smoothly on the Steam Deck. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, LeRon.
All right. So here's a question: have you been able to try any multiplayer aspect on the Steam Deck with it yet?
Nope, that's my next.
Okay.
That's my next step because my partner that I'm playing with, he'd customized his character. He's going to be what do you call it, like a range person.
Wait a second. You know what? I don't know if you want to announce it in your in the podcast right now. Throw me your Steam ID in our chat right now, so I can go ahead and friend you up.
Oh yeah.
I know for sure we are not friends.
I think it's that.
That's a clip. We are not friends. Why don't you add me on?
Be like, you can't sit with us.
Yeah. Y'all can add me. I need more friends. I literally am friends with 2 people, and one of those people is the one that won our contest giveaway for Stray.
So they were forced into a friendship with you.
Yeah, but I'm very new to Steam. Probably by next Wednesday, I'll be able to tell you my experience, like actually engaging in the multiplayer aspect. I just want to get all like the initial introductory stuff out of the way. The font is very small on the Steam Deck. I've noticed font size is an issue for many games on the Steam Deck, which is weird because it's a 7-inch screen. It's the same size as the Switch screen. And I think maybe it's just the resolution, like the way things, I don't know tech stuff, like how PC games are when it comes to resolution on a computer screen versus the deck screen.
The higher the resolution, the smaller the text is. I can tell you that right now. And let me see. I'm on Steam right now. Let's look at the specs real fast of the because it's the screen is giving us what resolution, a 1280 by 800. So it's a 16 by 10 aspect ratio. So yeah, like the text is small.
Yeah, I would say like that's my biggest complaint. First, hold on. There's something beeping.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Something's beeping. I don't know what's beeping, but so yeah, I'll stay tuned. So Monster Hunter to start. It's beautiful. It's running great so far. I don't know if I talked about my other multiplayer experiences for the Steam Deck before. Did I get into that last week?
I don't think so.
No, you did not.
So I tried co-op, and LeRon, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm very new to multiplayer. Like I'm very new. Monster Hunter, the way you play, it's not a co-op thing, right?
Not per. Well, technically it is co-op because it's basically you and other people versus the monster. There's no PvP element in it. So it's basically you versus it's PvE. So
okay, because
yeah.
maybe I'll explain my other experience, and you let me know if I might have this issue.
Okay.
So when I first got the Steam, I purchased A Way Out, which is a 2-person online co-op.
That you cannot play that game single player. Like you have to have somebody with you. Like that game won't even run unless you have a second person with you.
So I did, and that was my partner. He was playing on his PC at his house. I was at my house with the Steam Deck. And the first thing is, if he initiated the game or if I initiated the game, it would have both players with that one username. Like mine is the Mad RPH, would say Mad RPH player 1, Mad RPH player 2. And it was so weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
And same thing with this other game, Gauntlet. We were trying to...
Wait, Gauntlet?
Like
what
old school
game?
Gauntlet? Like
what Gauntlet game? Hold on. Is this on Steam?
Yes.
Like...
Hold on.
Wait, Gauntlet?
Why is this such a surprise?
Gauntlet Slayer Edition? Is that what you're playing?
I don't know. Just look at my Steam profile. It was gifted to me, okay? Because I don't play these types of games.
Gauntlet's so old and fun.
All right, well, that's what my partner plays. He was so excited. He's like, now you can play games with me because he's a PC gamer. I'm like, oh, okay.
I want to play games with him.
Oh, he's ready. He's asking, did LeRon get back to you? All those questions I've been asking you was him. He's like, ask LeRon this, ask LeRon that. I'm like, dude, LeRon is busy right now, okay?
Yeah, I am busy. I haven't played Monster Hunter in like 2 weeks, and I'm definitely like a week behind on the new content because my two favorite wyverns are finally in the game now, and I haven't had a chance to play them at all yet because just been busy.
Yeah, so I'm so sorry. That was all him. He's like, asking this question. I'm like, dude.
I'm sorry. Like it's funny because like I know you're probably saying like, man, LeRon must be fucking pissed off at me because he's not answering in a timely manner.
I just felt bad. But real quick back to Gauntlet. So we try to hop online together. We'd start the level or whatever, and then eventually my screen would freeze, just completely freeze, but the audio would continue. And he says the game's still playing on his end, and I'm moving the joystick around, and he says he sees my character move, but on my screen I'm frozen. And we've rebooted several times, so I don't know if it's a Steam Deck game compatibility issue. I highly doubt it's internet because I've upgraded. My internet should be fine.
Corey, it is Gauntlet.
Like real Gauntlet or like it's basically a modernized version of Gauntlet, but it's Gauntlet. It's got the same font and everything. What?
The old school arcade, it's got the same font.
No.
Oh shit.
Am I gonna have to get a Steam Deck to play Gauntlet?
$20. I'm about to get this.
$20. That's cheap.
Oh wait! There's a Slayer edition where you get 4 copies of it. So the price of one whole game, $60. You get 4 copies of it.
Oh,
you can send an extra copy to your friend. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So,
what if I spent like
playing the fuck out this game?
What if I spent $600 on a Steam Deck just to play Gauntlet?
You play the Gauntlet, yeah. Like, oh no, I'm looking at the freaking trailer and it actually showed the old arcade cabinets.
Oh no, I want one now.
Oh, what have I done? Wow, I didn't realize it was.
I didn't know there was a new Gauntlet. Oh, hold on. This was back in 2014. Okay,
Oh.
but still, like, there's a modern version of Gauntlet out there. Like, shit,
The last Gauntlet I remember was Gauntlet 7 Sorrows on the GameCube.
and that was trash.
And
Well,
listen,
yeah.
like,
I didn't say it was good. I just said it's the last one I remember.
I was disappointed because it seemed really fun, but like I said, I don't know what it is. And keep in mind, this all happened like the first day I got my Steam Deck, so I was already irritated.
I
you're
bet
like,
you were.
And it was late. I was tired. I had a busy day at work, and I just wanted the damn thing to fucking work, and it wasn't fucking working.
I'm wish listing this game.
And like, I already have a bias against multiplayer games. I'm a single player game person. So the fact that my first few attempts in a multiplayer wasn't working made me go, fuck this shit. I don't want to play this stupid game. So, and I've played some small indies on it, like Life Slide. It's really fun. I use the gyro control on it. Overall, the Steam Deck is a good device. It's heavy. It's 1.5 pounds.
What?
It's 1.5 pounds, just shy of 1.5 pounds.
That's a beefy boy.
How much does the Switch weigh?
I don't know, but it's not 1.5 pounds.
It's less than that, but like in comparing it to like a PlayStation 5, I'm like, that's light because that thing's a brick.
But I keep in mind, like, it's the processing power. Like, it's heavy for a reason, and it'll eventually be streamlined. It took me a while to get used to like the haptic touchpad, but now that I'm used to it, it's actually very cool. I was able to download the Game Pass, which I've texted you guys incessantly about. I have not tested it out because it took me like 2 days to do it. So I mean, overall, it's okay. I because this is Valve's first venture into a.
That's weird. These pictures aren't. These pictures are. You're saying it's like 1.5 pounds. These pictures aren't selling it properly because like it looks like it's comparable to the Switch.
Well, yeah, and you've seen my picture of me holding them up side by side, right?
Yeah.
Night and day. It's a big boy.
It's
a very
Steam
big boy.
Deck. Steam Thick is what it should be called.
Like, not to sound like a wuss. You guys know me. I do pull. Like, I'm strong. I don't bitch and complain about heavy things. It's so heavy that it's not really convenient as a handheld. I have to rest it against the table because I get sore after holding it up so long.
Yo, I want
You just got to get some good wrist strength in there.
I want to play Tales of Arise and freaking Destiny. Not Destiny. I'm sorry. Horizon on this now. Shit.
So,
why are you talking to me about? Ugh.
I mentioned in my review, I'm just not a big fan of the price point. I mean, maybe that they're experimenting with that because I only got the 64 gigabyte because that's all I could afford. That's $400 right there, which isn't a problem. I bought an SD card. Download speed isn't a huge deal for me, but it's like $600, $700 for the other ones. I'm like, especially if you're a PC gamer, you've already invested that money in a gaming computer.
I've been. I don't even know how long. I wonder if my Steam profile tells me how long I've had a Steam account.
It should. My Xbox account tells me how long I've been on Xbox Live.
And no, I don't want to derail this because I want to.
No. We wanted to talk about the Steam Deck tonight.
Yeah,
all right,
because like my big thing is like if Destiny ever gets Steam Deck verified, I'm going to cry. I'll never play anything else ever again.
When you said it's not Steam Deck verified, are they saying it's absolutely not compatible, or is it just not verified?
Online multiplayer games are not compatible because they don't have the Steam Deck doesn't have anti-cheat software yet. And like the only stuff that's anti-cheat is like Windows stuff. So technically you could install Windows on it and have all that stuff and it run like a Windows computer instead of a Linux-based system. But as of right now, like you can't play Halo, you can't play Gears, you can't play Apex, you can't play Fortnite. Now there's workarounds for all that, right? Like somebody just got the Epic Store running on the Steam Deck this week. So technically there's workarounds,
but it's not easy. Yeah, the workarounds, like even the Game Pass one was, unless you are very good with entering command codes and stuff, like it's not easy for the average person. So I feel like the Steam Deck ultimately is a work in progress. It's a solid product. My question, this was going to be kind of a topic-ish tonight, is remember how we had a conversation about like the average gamer, so to speak, will typically, depending on finances, have like a PlayStation or an Xbox or a PC, and then like the Switch because it just is a nice portable and inexpensive second. Usually that's what we see. So my thought is, with the Steam Deck coming out, I wonder where the primary audience is gonna sit at. Like, I can't imagine a PC gamer owning this. I'm wondering if this is going to be a gateway to get more people onto Steam. Like, I'm still trying to figure out their real life audience, not the projected audience in the past, but nowadays.
Okay, we will definitely answer that question later in the show because I have an answer for this question.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just really interested because like I have the Backbone controller for my phone and it's fine, but like I want to be able to play games natively. Like the cloud gaming stuff just isn't cutting it. You know, like it's a nice substitute for certain things, or if I'm in a bind or something. But like, I'm not going to be, raiding in Destiny if I.
Be prepared because I'm pretty sure Hogwarts Legacy is going to be cloud for the Switch.
Well, then I won't get it for the Switch. I will get it for Xbox. Well, who knows if it's even coming out for Switch anyway.
Well, no, it's still like yesterday's Gamescom thing. It still had Switch, in the in like the little banner.
Yeah. They keep saying it's going to be native, so we'll see. But the more and more they delay it, the
going to be an ugly native.
So real quick, Nikolai named my Palamute Noah and my Palico Noah and my Palamute Daxter.
Okay.
It's better than Johnson. Yeah. Better than Johnson.
Progress.
It's not Johnson. I'm sorry.
I've got 20 some odd. I've got 20 some odd cats and about 15 some odd dogs. My main Palico, the one that I started with, his name is Washu. And my first dog, his name is Scout. No, I'm sorry, Lancer. Ooh, Scout's the one I'm running with now because basically after I leveled Washu and Lancer up, I just I turned around and made them their own quest dogs. So when they go on the Meowcenaries where they go do their own hunts, like they're like the leaders of that.
Wow.
Nice.
Eventually, I want to get to playing that.
Trust me. Like, the worst thing they could have done in Monster Hunter was the first companion they introduced was the Palico, the cats, and man, people get into full on fights about like which one's better because like in Monster Hunter 3, Monster Hunter 2, was the first time like you actually got one of the cats to join you as your companion on the quest. And then Monster Hunter 2 had 2 evolutions. It wound up like the final evolution was Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, which is basically like what Monster Hunter Sunbreak is to Rise. So in that game you got 2 cats and everybody lost their damn minds. It was like, oh my god, like this is the best. Monster Hunter 3 comes out on the Wii. They take the cats away and give us these things called shakalakas, which shakalakas were an enemy. In the previous game.
I love the name Shakalaka though.
Reminds me of NBA Jam.
Yeah, but what's funny is like Shakalaka's genealogy, like they're in the same family as the Palicos, but they're basically like the caveman version of what the hunters are in Monster Hunter. But yeah, like I couldn't stand it. I was like, man, what the hell? Like y'all took the cats away for this bullshit? So Monster Hunter 4 comes out and the cats are back. And well, no, they only gave you 1 cat. They put us back to 1 cat. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like you can hire all these cats in your freaking for your homestead and all this stuff, but you can only take 1 with you at a time on the quest. I was like, what the fuck? And then and yeah, like Monster Hunter World also did it. So we got to the point where we're like, okay, it looks like we're just going to be back to it. It looks like we're just going to only have 1 companion. And here comes Rise. We're like, oh, we can get a cat and a dog, but wait, you can have 2 dogs in your hunt, or you can have 2 cats in your hunt, or you can have 1 in the other. And I was like, Y'all are killing me.
I'm loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So who's next? Who's playing what?
LeRon's next.
Okay. Let's see. I am currently playing Saints Row right now. Like Saints Row dropped yesterday, and you two know that I was waiting for this game. Yeah, yeah, I can tell like it's already like based off of my experiences with Saints Row 3 and 4. This is a different experience. It's the same game but different experience and stuff like that. And, like I've seen a lot of like mediocre reviews coming out across it where it's like 6s and 7s and stuff like that. But I'm enjoying it. And currently I'm playing it to just curate content so I can put it on my YouTube channel. But I've also been playing Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut.
Yes.
I'm enjoying the game. Like it's really easy to get fucking lost in the game, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's really easy. And like the guiding wind doesn't guide you enough.
No, I'm always like pressing on the
yeah, it doesn't guide you enough. It's like, man, can we just put a waypoint marker on the map? Can we just do like not on the map, but like on the HUD so your general direction, because also like the little indicator. The little indicator tells you how many meters or kilometers you are away from it.
Oh, yeah.
That's confusing too, because like I'm riding on horseback, and and my whole thing is like I'm thinking like back in like the old school like all the old school like Japanese like drama movies and westerns and stuff. You don't want to get your horse hurt, so it's a mental thing that I'm like keeping the horse on the road as much as possible and stuff like that, and not trying to cut across stuff, because I get a little apprehensive when like the horse has to pause for a second to jump down off of something. I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
Even though I heard you can't hurt the horse in the game, it's still like one of those subconscious things.
I'm pretty sure I hurt my horse in Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, I fell a little too far and it was not happy with me.
It's dead.
Okay, good to know. But yeah, so I have a subconscious thing where it's like I stay on the road, and so like staying on the road sometimes like that whole thing about your whole distance meter just goes nuts, because it's like all of a sudden like you're 100 meters away from it, and the next thing you know you look up because you're on the road and you're like 250 meters away from it. I was like, what the hell's going on? I thought I was going the right direction.
Yep.
No, but the game's fun. The game will definitely give you a good sense of ADD though, because like there's so many tail quests that get opened up and stuff like that. And I was like, because I don't know why I immediately like stopped. I did one quest with Yuna, and when a focus task came up to where either I go meet the I can't remember his name, the guy that trains you in archery.
Oh, Izukawa.
Ishikawa. There you go. Yeah. Thank you, Ishikawa. There's Ishikawa and there's Lady Adachi. Moscow Adachi. Yeah. So I was like, I did a few of Ishikawa's missions, and then like he told me, it was at that point when he told me I have to go meet with Lady Masako. So like I got to Lady Masako, and I was like, wait a minute, like I'm only half-assing these things. I need to stick to one person. So I completed all Lady Masako's shit before I finally stopped, because I was like, God damn it! But she's got a tragic story. Man.
Yeah, she does. It really explains away all that rage.
Yeah.
I think I like her like storylines and quests the best, but I like to see what you think as you go. They all have very different. We're
definitely going to talk about it. As a matter of fact, I pretty much want, like, I'm trying to play it as quickly as possible, because I want to get you back on Crossroads so you Stoy and I can talk about it. Because Story doesn't even know I'm playing. Because Story decided to take off last night, so he wasn't on the show last night. We had Brody Phillips from Diggity on the show with us last night. Me and Andre.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Those guys vibe pretty well.
And I think another reason why it's easy to get kind of gamers ADD in there is because every time you ride around, you see that golden bird, you're like, oh, I gotta follow that golden bird. It might be an onset. It might be a big strike.
Or the damn fox, or shit.
The foxes, like I've seen the fox. Can catch the foxes.
Yeah, I've seen the fox twice, and it's like, or better yet, when you get off your horse and you're just walking around, all of a sudden you see this the lightning bug just start glowing really intensely. It's like, oh shit, something's here.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it. Yeah. Yeah. So that's it for me so far. Like just those two games. Like I said earlier, I haven't been on Monster Hunter in about 2 weeks, and I'm gonna have to like allocate some me time for that like real soon here because like there's more DLC coming. We just don't know what's up yet. They just introduced 4 monsters. Well, they put 4 monsters into the game like the beginning of the month and stuff like that. So like more content's coming.
Yeah, I think my friend's actually playing it in the other room right now.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep.
A
Yep,
game.
that's it for me.
A game I would like to play at some point. It's on the list. It's on the PlayStation list.
Don't worry, Corey. Destiny's on my list. My roommate.
It's free right now. The entire game is free until Tuesday.
I've got too much going on right now.
And if you claim it through the Epic Store, you get the 30th anniversary pack for free.
Here we go. Epic Game Store. Here we go.
Got me opening up mine too.
Right.
Which
$1.
the 30th anniversary bundle is $30, so getting that for free.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Destiny.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Stephanie's like, oh.
Well, I thought all I heard was $30, and I was thinking about the Resident Evil Humble Bundle.
Oh, LeRon got that.
I got that. I bought the shit out of that.
Code Veronica wasn't in there, right?
No, it wasn't.
I'm not sure.
That game's getting remade after 4. I feel like it's the only one left.
That was the other thing about it. Like I was buying the bundle and I was sitting there like, man, I'm gonna feel like an ass because I made the commitment to buy the Resident Evil 4 remake, So I'm gonna feel like an ass, because I'm probably never gonna play. I'm probably never gonna play the Resident Evil 4. Not because now I'm just gonna wait, but like $30, like I said earlier, before.
Yeah, but you get so many great games in that bundle, though.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, you get you get the remakes of 2 and 3.
You get Resident Evil 6, the best Resident Evil game. Come on, that's worth $30.
I don't have any complaints about that either.
I know.
Okay, so how do I collect this 30th anniversary back? Because I just added it to my library. Do I have to actually start the game?
I don't know.
Play the expansion. Oh wait, no, that's not really a stipulation.
It should tell you on there. I think you have to buy the Witch Queen expansion and you get that for free.
Lightfall plus the annual pass. Okay, so here's the question: How much content do they release? Is it worth me spending like the $99 for the annual pass?
So the expansion is okay. So it's broken up into, if you want to look at the pricing structure, the expansion is $40. The main
we're talking Lightfall, right?
Lightfall. I think maybe they boosted
$50.
Okay, so $50. Each season is $15. And there's 4 seasons per expansion.
Okay, so it's $60. Okay.
No,
okay, so you're saving
on top of, and then there's a dungeon pass which is $20. So if you buy the digital deluxe edition, you're saving like $40.
Okay, so the legacy collection right here is $24 right now. What is that?
It is the Shadowkeep, Lightfall. It's the Shadowkeep and Lightfall campaigns. It's the base game and all of the raids up to Witch Queen, I think.
Okay.
Because I think the Witch Queen is still not part of the Legacy bundle yet.
So this is because it's normally $60, but it's on sale for $24, and we have until September the 9th. Look at us marketing fucking Destiny for Bungie and Epic.
Well, I'm about to market it more for about another 20 minutes, so you better sit back. Yeah, hold on. I gotta look this up now because I'm genuinely curious now because I've never had to deal with like a legacy thing.
Did I get this week's free game? What is the free game?
Oh, now I need to look.
Doom 64. Okay.
Okay. the Legacy Collection. Okay, so you'll get the Beyond Light and Shadowkeep campaigns. You'll get the Forsaken Legacy Pack, which means you'll get tokens for exotic weapons from the Forsaken campaign, which has a great set of hold on, wait, what? Hold on. Now I'm confused. I don't know. Legacy Pack. No, it's just Shadowkeep, Forsaken, and Lightfall. Those campaigns. Well, you won't get the Forsaken campaign because it's been sunset, but you'll get Lightfall and Shadowkeep.
Wait, it's been what?
Sunset.
Meaning it's over? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, they took it out of the game.
Okay.
I mean, their big plan is to bring all this content back in some way at some point. But
yeah, because Andre was so excited last night about the fact that he gets to play something that he missed.
Oh, King's Fall's coming back this weekend, which is like the best raid in Destiny 1. It's coming back this weekend.
So wait, when is this free playthrough? When does it end?
Tuesday.
I will try and play some this weekend.
Yeah. You can play through all of the campaigns for free till Tuesday.
I'm gonna tell Andre, like, hey man, I'm gonna jump on this on Saturday. Oh shit, my boyfriend's gonna be mad at me. Fuck.
I'll play with you.
I want you to play. Wait. Okay, we're starting to sound a little pervy now. But you know what I mean. I want you to play.
I do know what you mean.
God, it's like we're 12-year-olds all of a sudden.
Yeah. Also, the Witch Queen is also on sale right now. By the way.
For how much?
$23.99.
Fucking hell. I don't have money like that. Oh God.
So okay, look,
okay,
I'm gonna stop
I'm
selling you Destiny, and I'm gonna talk about.
I'm applying for OnlyFans tonight. I'm doing that.
I'm going to talk about me playing Destiny now, and by playing Destiny, I mean Fortnite, because the Destiny characters are in Fortnite now.
Okay.
So I played one match of that and said, "Okay, I'm done." That was fun. So I played a little bit more of Link's Awakening on Switch. I'm at the 6th dungeon. I haven't finished it yet, but gosh, that game is so great. It's so it didn't age well. I'm not gonna lie. It's totally a 90s design, but the Switch remake, man, it's so beautiful and cute, and I just want to pick up the little pieces and just move them around, and I really like it. I would really like another top-down Zelda after playing this one. I don't care what it is. I don't care how they do it. I just want one. I would like them to remake the Oracle games.
Oracle, just do that for Oracle, but Nintendo will do the opposite of whatever their fans want.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, that Game Boy, never heard of it. We're never giving you those games on NSO."
You know what? They're definitely doing the opposite of what I want them to do.
Yeah,
the game that shall not be named.
Yeah, the game that shall not be named. Don't. But
I'm not even gonna ask.
It's okay.
It's mildly traumatizing for me.
Yeah.
It's like a trigger, a legitimate trigger for LeRon.
Yeah, he'll get really upset. He'll walk away. He'll eat his sorrows away under his bed. He'll cry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for real.
Like a teenage girl who broke up with her first boyfriend.
Yeah. Okay. So by the way, it's the Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot. Reboot camp. I'm sorry. And in all honesty, because Corey and Stephanie were there when they saw how excited I got for that announcement, and now here we are. It's looking like it's gonna be a year overdue from its original announcement date now. So yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, LeRon. It'll be okay.
Condolences.
It'll be okay. But I obviously the main thing I've been playing the last 2 days has been Destiny. So I was totally not excited last season. It just didn't do it for me. This season is the complete opposite. It's about pirates. And
So I've heard.
you go on treasure hunts and you invade space pirate ships and you plunder their booty and take it back and you get good stuff. And let me tell you, invading a pirate ship has never been so exhilarating.
I'm gonna text my partner that I want to plunder his booty.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm glad you said that because shout out to Dan from Dinosaur Machines podcast. Love that guy. He wrote a fantastic recap of the Destiny 2 showcase. I learned a lot when I was copy editing it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, space pirates, nice."
Yeah, it's really cool. The story is the spoilers for those who haven't played the Lightfall campaign of Destiny, but the main enemy of the campaign, you lock her in a frozen prison, and by frozen prison I mean you freeze her with your newly found ice ability called stasis, and you basically make her an alien popsicle, and you just leave her there at the top of this building. And
that sounds mildly creepy.
yeah,
I mean,
well,
there's no way that would go wrong ever.
Right?
no. But this faction of alien race, the Elixni, is now broken into two factions: House Light, which are the good guys, and then House.
Dark?
No. Oh my gosh, what is Aramis's house called? Anyways, but she's broken free and she's taking the defectors from House Light under one banner, and she found a ship, and you are, they're raiding all these planets for supplies and stuff, and you have to go, like, the whole story is you trying to stop her and the clan from, invading these planets and getting their supplies. So that's kind of like the 6-person event where you're raiding the pirate ships, and there's going to be a new pirate ship every week, it looks like, which is cool. And then there's a 3-person story mission that is basically like telling the story of how she escaped, and you have to figure out how to find her and capture her, because she's not actually the one invading. She's sending her lieutenants out to invade. And so it's just really cool. And they've reworked a lot of the ways the subclasses work. So now it's really about, it feels more like an RPG than ever. It's about building your character and building their subclass out with, the right perks and the right weapons and armor pieces. And I am kind of sour though, because I worked all weekend to get this exotic chess piece for Destiny, which it's called Caress of the Falling Star. And basically it makes your arc electric ability super powerful when you use your super, like triple, quadruple damage pretty much. And I literally did this mission probably like 30 times and played for like 3 or 4 hours to get this. You load up the expansion. After you beat the first mission, they give you one. They just give you one.
Oh.
Just give you one.
I hate it when that happens.
I'm like, oh, cool. Neat. Thanks. So I feel like I really wasted a lot of time this weekend when I didn't need to. So. But it's cool because I also have this class item that makes... When I wear this the chess piece and this class item and use this subclass, the arc subclass, my whole body electrifies. Like there's just this electric current that is going all over my character, and it looks really cool. So it's fun. But I'll stop boring everybody with Destiny now, because we should probably move on. But it's really fun. I really like the theme. I like the armor sets are, you can get the Fortnite ones, which are kind of cool, but the Warlock set is like this pink cat with a trench coat. It looks really cool. I kind of want to buy it. But then the other armor set is like a pirate. It's like a pirate coat and boots and a hat. and like the helmet for my character class is like like the Jolly Roger skull with a hat. It's really cool. Looks really cool. So,
All right.
yeah, I'm really into this season. Complete 180. Also, like the big reveal of Lightfall also helped me be more excited about Destiny again, because big reveals always get you more excited for things, as always.
Seems like that was timely.
Yeah.
They've probably been listening. They've probably been listening to you week in and week out talking about how you were not a fan of like the latest of the. Because man, you sounded wholly disappointed with the Witch Queen after it dropped.
I mean, the Witch Queen was good. That first season was okay. The last season just was not. It just wasn't fun. So, like the Witch Queen is still going on. Like we're still in the Witch Queen. Lightfall doesn't come out till February. Like literally the week after Harry Potter. So,
Good luck with that timing.
Whatever. But like the new stuff they showed off for Lightfall looks really cool. Although I think they stole their logo from the new Buzz Lightyear movie, but that's okay.
I was kind of thinking that too, actually.
But they're introducing grappling hooks, which what game doesn't need a grappling hook these days? And we're going to Neptune, which is a planet we've never been to before.
My favorite planet.
Yeah. So there's a race of beings that apparently these galaxies faring, immortals who go all over the galaxy didn't know there was a race of galaxy protectors on Neptune. God. But here we are. The Cloud Striders is what they're called. They're kind of like they look like they take inspiration from like Aztec culture, which looks really cool. I'm quite enthralled with their design. Like they're like this Aztec culture, but they live in like this 1980s version of Blade Runner. If Blade Runner was, purple and green and red instead of dark. So anyways, that was my week in games. I'm also halfway through season 3 of the Orville.
Nice.
I'm really enjoying the season. The season got really good.
I still need to catch up on it. I didn't see that, but I did see Nope before it's leaving theaters.
Okay, what'd you think?
I loved it. I was just terrified going to sleep.
Really?
I get it, and I've read the reviews how it's not like horror in one sense, but like it's the creepiness that Jordan Peele does so well, and I'm just it was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed the film. It's more of a thriller or suspense film. It's not really straight up horror. And for a second there was a part of the movie I was like, oh my god, it's about to get gory, but it did not. I was so thankful for that because I can't deal with gore. Like it's just something.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do a simulated gore. Like watching in movies and TV shows. Because I've seen people wounded. In real life and stuff like that. And my reaction to like seeing it in real life is nothing like my reaction to seeing like someone getting fucked up in a movie or a television scene.
Well, see, this is why I'm okay with like, for example, the way he directs movies like that, because he lets you like let you think of, like, leave it to your imagination. Like when those people got sucked up by the alien, I mean, you see them briefly like in there and that they're gonna die, but you don't actually see them get whatever happened.
Yeah.
But later on,
you just see that rain of blood.
It's like you just use your imagination to do the work. And that's because I'm a wuss. I'm a big wuss. I was like all night, I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like thinking of all the ways they die. Like maybe they got acid.
You were fixated on how they died.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I mean by like I was having nightmares, just because that's where my brain goes when I see movies like that. But that aside, I did really, really love it. I love like kind of like that side story about the monkey, the chimp.
Yeah,
like how that kind of played.
Now that's a thing. Given that my boyfriend's like a movie buff, like he teaches this stuff for a living. That like To me, it almost felt like the movie was kind of all over the place. But after he sat down and talked to me about like all the metaphors that were going on in it, it really helped me see some things because like the whole reason why they were talking about like about their family, their black family, and the horse training, that actually means something, and stuff like that, like I didn't realize all the historical stuff in there because I was sure. Honestly, the whole thing with the monkey, because like the film started that way. The whole thing with the monkey, I thought the monkey was, like how movies now have like these like all these little snippets of like the creative studios and all that stuff. I
That's
thought
what
the
I thought
monkey was
too.
part of that.
Same here.
really
And then
thought
it
the
made an
monkey
appearance again. I'm like, ooh.
The only reason why I was like something is not right about this whole thing is because there was a shoe that was just standing up. I was like, huh. I was like, is this part of the movie? I feel like this is like just another studio like plug, and sure enough, like it came back and I was like, oh, okay. Hopefully we didn't spoil it too much for the people who are watching or people who are going to listen to this podcast later. But no, like if you get a chance to see it, if it's leaving theaters, then definitely check it out when it hits like streaming sites or when it comes to home release or on Blu-ray and DVD.
Yes.
Wow,
Watch
Stephanie,
it.
we are vibing tonight, Stephanie. Man, this is
I know.
amazing.
I feel kind of like I should just sit back and let you guys finish.
Yeah. What else do you and I need to vibe on? I guess I need to hurry up and start watching the Orville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to catch up on that.
You got to meet me halfway though. You got to start watching some Star Trek.
All right, so guys, we actually have questions from Twitter this evening.
Let's
What?
do them. Let's
Yes.
do those questions.
We have
Like,
a
how many
we have,
we have?
We have 3.
Let's do all three.
So our first, let me find them. Hold on, I gotta find them now. Our first question comes from Josh Martinez. He writes in. It says, "Gun to your head, what 3 gaming franchise would you keep while the rest disappear from existence? This includes mainline and all spin-offs. The catch is, it can only be one per big 3 company, i.e. Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation."
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. Wait. It's got to be because I was already.
It's got to be a Sony first party, a Microsoft first party,
Monster Hunter's
one
eliminated.
Nintendo first party.
Monster Hunter's eliminated. Then, you know what? I
think he just means
find
first
Josh
party
and eliminate
games.
him.
I think he just means first party
Okay.
games.
All right.
Well, then I'm gonna be shot dead because I don't know any good Xbox first party games. Just saying.
Same.
Just stick
I'm
with
in that boat,
Halo,
too.
just stick with Halo or Gears of War.
Yeah, I guess I do Gears then.
Okay, so let me.
Good
I'll
choice.
go.
That's
I'll go
the
first.
right
'Cause I feel like Gears.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gears.
I'll go first on this one. I give you guys a chance to like think up your answers. All right, for Sony, it's Uncharted.
Okay.
Yeah, Uncharted. There's some really good franchises out there and stuff like that. But I'm looking at what's going on currently, and technically like the last Uncharted release was technically a re-release or a remastered stuff like that. But still, they're still putting energy into it. So yeah, there's that, and I guarantee you, some people already clutched their pearls because they're like, "How dare he not say God of War? How dare he not say Last of Us?"
So side tangent though, like I don't feel the excitement for God of War, like from anywhere. Even from the major PlayStation podcasts that I listen to are just like not talking about God of War like at all.
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
I can't really speak for the God of War fandom because like I'm the opposite. I like the new God of War projects versus the old stuff. The old stuff bored me real fast because like when the games first came out, I was definitely I was on board when God of War came out. That was one of the most exhilarating gameplay experiences for me.
Mhm.
But ultimately, like, it's not so much that the story like killed me on it. It was more the fact that I invested in the first game to see Kratos get broken free of his nightmares and stuff. So here I am. The second game starts up, and I'm like, why is this grown ass man still bitching about being released from his nightmares? He's the fucking God of War now. stuff like that, So yeah, that's kind of my thing. So when but there was a focus that happened when like God of War 2018 came out. There was a shift in focus. Like they actually, I want to say more heart got put into the game as far as like the storytelling and stuff like that. And I'm one of those junkies, like I'm not one of those people that like you just go nuts for like like rom-coms or like or like the really schmoopy stuff and all that stuff. But the fact that like they I don't even know if it's a 180 they did Kratos with. I want to say more like a 270 because he's not the same person that I knew at all from like the previous 5-6 entries of God of War, because like I'm including God of Wars 1, 2, and 3. I'm including God of War Ascension. I'm including the two PSP games, stuff like that. This Kratos, same guy, but different methodology. And that's why I enjoy, that's why I'm looking forward to Ragnarok. But I can't, like I said, I can't speak for the God of War fandom, because God of War fandom is all about the previous life cycle of Kratos. And I think what people haven't been able to grasp yet is the fact that the mythology is behind Kratos, which means if he's technically this god, then that means like he's going to go through all these phases of civilization, just like how like we interpret our own religion, like there's phases of our civilization history, stuff like that. So I mean, I'm sorry, I'm being metaphysical about this stuff when I'm supposed to talk about 3 franchises that I'm trying to keep.
I mean, with Crossroads and stuff, you guys are more into that space than I have been lately, because I just haven't really had time to pay attention to everything, but like, I run the Nintendo podcast, so my focus needs to be in that space. So yeah. I just haven't heard a lot of excitement for this God of War, even though everybody loves the last one. That's all.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think being objectively speaking, I don't think there is a lot of, there's excitement, but it's not. I feel like God of War Ragnarok is going to have to fight, like outside of like the Game Awards for Game of the Year. You know what I mean? I feel like it's going to have to fight. When I say Game of the Year, I mean overall Game of the Year, because if we look at the past couple of years worth of Game of the Year games, it's games that we did not expect. It Takes Two swept a whole bunch of Game of the Year awards last year and stuff like that. So like the landscape of gaming is different now. So like a game that we would think would be a shoo-in for like Game of the Year is not winning Game of the Year like it used to anymore and stuff like that. And I feel like God of War Ragnarok is going to definitely have a fight on his hands for that. It will definitely win Sony Game of the Year unless these Last of Us remakes just knock it out the park.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
or Forbidden West. I don't know why I guess I'm discounting Horizon right now, because like I have both games.
Well, Horizon keeps coming out. Horizon keeps coming out against another juggernaut of a game, and everybody just keeps forgetting about it. I love Horizon. I would be
I have both games, and as a person who ran a podcast that was formerly just a pure PlayStation podcast, I know I'm woefully deficient in the fact that I have not played either one of the games.
You're deficient.
Oh, you're missing out. So fun.
Oh yeah, I think after I finish my foray into Ghost of Tsushima, I'll be full time in the both Horizon games, because and also I think that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted more than one game, because I feel like the same mentality I use with the Mass Effect trilogy. I'm starting to feel that that's what I need to do with certain game series, and stuff like that. So because I enjoyed playing Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 back to back, versus waiting a 9-year cycle to play the entire series.
Well, that's the way to play those games now,
Yeah, definitely.
Especially
that's what I've done Horizon, is I did Zero Dawn and went straight into Forbidden West.
Oh no, that sounds terrifying, because Horizon Zero Dawn is so long.
Oh yeah, I've been technically on this bench since March.
Yeah.
Wow.
It took me like 65 or 70 hours to get to platinum in the first one.
Uh-huh.
And I know that Forbidden West is larger, like way bigger.
It's massive.
Yeah.
All right, now
I just want Horizon really bad.
So the Uncharted franchise is definitely the one I'm sticking with Sony, and there's a lot of good franchises out there and stuff like that. So like the fact that I picked, but then again, like Uncharted Drake's Fortune. I'm sorry. What was the first game? What was it called? Uncharted something.
Drake's Fortune.
It was Drake's Fortune. Okay, Uncharted Drake's Fortune was the reason why I spent $600 and bought a PS3. It was the reason. Like I saw the trailers and I saw some of the deep dives and what they were doing, and the fact that like they devoted like 2 portions of the Cell engine, one for movement, one for environment, and one for facial animation. I was like, oh, this game is pushing the boundary, pushing the tech of the hardware. I need to see what's up with this, So yeah, so I'm diehard, All right, so let's see, Nintendo. Everybody knows me. It's fucking Metroid. It's Metroid. Like it, like fuck them Mario games. Fuck no, fuck them Zelda games. I'm sorry, don't fuck them. Stephanie was about to travel through the internet to choke me.
About to reach to the screen and like.
You shall not use Zelda's name in vain.
No, I love Zelda, but I mean, I gotta look at what I got to get out of this.
That's okay.
If it's like, remember what was it, like 15, 20 episodes ago when we did our Deserted Island games?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I'm thinking here of these 3 franchises. It's like if I'm stuck and I can only play like XYZ games, like these are what I'm picking. And Metroid for sure, like because I love Fire Emblem, I don't have a bad relationship with Mario games. It's the Mario offshoot games that give me fits. But I don't have a problem with them, and I love Legend of Zelda. It's just I feel like I'm that child that had to run away from home to realize what he missed out on. Because you guys have heard me say it. Like as soon as Twilight Princess and Wind Waker get a quote unquote like Switch port, Nintendo has my money. Mm-hmm. Nintendo immediately got my money when Link's Awakening happened. They immediately got my money, So yeah, it's one of those things, So yeah, but yeah, I gotta go with Metroid because like I want to say like Metroid, the original Metroid game on the NES had to be the first game that I played that was not Super Mario Brothers. Had to be the first game on Nintendo. So, and it's got the fondest memory for me and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's Samus Aran all the way. All right, Xbox. Xbox. This is interesting now because Xbox has so many properties now. This is interesting. I will say, hold on. Let me pull up Game Pass.
Just come out. Just say Gears and move on with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gears, but here's the thing about it though. I like the storyline behind Gears, and Halo is a close second, only because you give me these sci-fi games, like I will follow you. That's really it. You give me sci-fi games, I will follow you. And Halo and Gears of War are the big ones. But the thing I noticed, like the storyline in Gears of War, definitely pulls you in a different direction versus the storyline from Halo. And Halo is a very good action-oriented, the first Halo game, I think back on it now because I did play the first Halo game. And the first Halo game was basically they were just trying to make a shooter. They were. And, as more and more games came out, I started fleshing out the characters and all this stuff, the character situation, all this stuff. But Gears of War, dropped out the gate with the story already. And so it was one of those things I look at Gears of War the same way I look at Resistance Fall of Man for PlayStation. Yeah, so there we go. Uncharted, Metroid, and Gears of War. There we go.
Nice. Stephanie.
I'll go with the easiest and most obvious for Nintendo. It's Legend of Zelda. Don't steal my thunder, LeRon.
I thought you were gonna pick Wii Sports.
All right, but Zelda. But no. Okay, so I did kind of steal your thunder by calling it out there, but just give us your passion for why it is, though.
Do we really? Does she need to explain herself?
Hold on. I need to ask.
Just look behind her.
Did you at least try out the Sword and Shield in Monster Hunter?
No, I did the dual sword. So I'll practice with the Sword and Shield next.
Stephanie's not going to realize the monster she's going to become when she can do a freaking whirlwind slash and freaking shield bash somebody with a dragon punch. Like, you just don't know.
That's going to unleash some sort of monster. Oh, no pun intended in me.
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm a writer and contributor to another Zelda podcast, so that should really speak to my love for the Zelda franchise. But it's a personal history, right? My first novel, like my actual own published novel, was originally a fanfic of what happened after Ocarina of Time, and I decided to just change it all up into my own story. So it's just Zelda's a profound influence in my life. The franchise, much like a lot of other franchises, it's just highly influential in the gaming industry. It has the fantasy theme that I do prefer. It is an action adventure genre that I prefer. So Legend of Zelda, I will die on that hill forever and ever and ever. PlayStation, the funny thing about it is I actually really enjoy a ton of IPs for PlayStation, but a lot of them are IPs that don't have a lot of longevity to them. Like, I don't want to say Crash Bandicoot just because it's been around forever, because I just don't see that as the only one that I would like to continue playing for the rest of my life. My initial knee-jerk reaction would be like, oh, Ghost of Tsushima, because it's currently now my favorite, but it's only got the one game, and I don't really see it as an IP that will continue, just in my opinion. What are they going to do? So with all that being said, I had an answer, and then it left my brain. The Last of Us. I know it's cliche,
No,
but
it's not cliche at all.
I feel like it has the legs for it. They've established this world. They have established the characters, even though, spoilers, Joel is no longer around. But like, you can continue with other factions. You can follow the Fireflies and Abby and whatnot. So I feel like there's a lot of ways Sony could continue if that was literally its only franchise. And then Xbox Gears.
You know what? I will say this, because I haven't played The Last of Us 2, and I know that's a big shocker. It's to everybody that's like, oh my god, this guy ran a PlayStation podcast and he didn't play all the greatest hits. But here's what I know: if because of the fact that the narrative changed in The Last of Us, like, I'm okay with this if we wind up The Last of Us becoming kind of like a Tales of game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where like it's basically talking about the people who are affected by there, because Andre, honestly, in his first week on the show, because it was a crazy episode, because it was one of those episodes where it was like, who's your favorite hero in gaming? And Andre like threw Ellie out there, but he threw it out in a way he was like like the way Ellie evolved and became kind of like the villain.
Dude, I think I was on that episode.
Oh, you were on the episode? I couldn't remember for sure. Okay, yeah, how Ellie became the villain, and it made and when he explained it, I was like, oh, now I'm starting to really understand why people hated this game the way they did and stuff like that. They wanted a picture perfect, character. Like they wanted to be able to have that same. Ellie wasn't that pure of a little girl, like when Joel ran halfway across the United States with her. Like she wasn't that pure of a little girl. She was a survivalist and stuff like that. And you gotta look at that mentality and stuff like that. But so I like the fact that if The Last of Us is just basically a tale about survivors, then keep this fucking franchise going. Talk about the people who are affected, and you know what? Keep the circle as tight as possible. We had Joel, we had Ellie, we have Abby. Talk about something else that's centric to all those characters, and for the next game and stuff like that. Like what's the matter with that? Exactly.
So I was thinking, like, even if people aren't really big fans of that franchise, I just feel like that is a very viable one to like. Yeah. It's got like a lot of substance to work off.
Yeah, man, I'm very active for someone who's running off of 4 hours of sleep. Shit.
Yeah, I see
it's
that.
That adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Last of Us, that's a good pick. And you said Gears of War earlier, but were you serious about that one, Stephanie? Or
I guess because I'm not familiar with a lot of the IPs.
You're not going to pick Banjo or Conquer? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if you see it that way, because I started with Banjo with N64, so my brain thinks it's Nintendo, even though it currently doesn't exist with Nintendo. I don't know. I mean, they haven't really done much with Banjo as of late. And when LeRon talked about how Gears like really started off strong with story, I'm okay to cast my vote for Gears.
Cool. Yeah. Gears is the right answer for all Xbox, by the way, everybody.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I didn't fall for that trick question about Banjo. Ha!
Yeah, Corey's just being a fanboy.
I like Gears. I can't help it.
I like Gears. I like Gears also. I mean, seriously, like I played more Gears of War games than I played Halo games.
Yeah, me too. See, I mean, I put more time into Gears than I have Halo. Way more. But
I mean, eventually those guys will stop running like they have like a brick of frozen molasses up their ass. But
did you play 5?
No, I've not played 5. I have
Play
not.
5.
I haven't. I haven't in the Game Pass downloads.
They feel like people instead of roly-poly ball men.
Because man, like I remember playing I remember playing Gears of War 1 and be like, you know what? It's got to be hardware. It's making them so slow. And I played Gears of War 2 like a couple years after when it released, and I was like, man, why are they still slow?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is gonna sound a little sexist, but it's not. I promise. You play as Kate, and she's smaller and more agile, and it feels like you're playing as a human instead of big burly roid man. So
Big burly roid man.
Mary-Helen, get us out of here. What are your 3 games? Help us. Help.
I mean, I'm not sure how much help I can give in this moment, but I'll try. Nintendo's going to be Pokemon, hands down.
Oh boy.
Without a doubt. I've played every game since Yellow. It's a franchise. It's my first console I ever bought with my own money. So this was a Game Boy Advance, and that was one of the first games I played on it.
Nice.
So, we go way back, and it's the main reason I bought a 3DS back in the day. It's the main reason I bought my Switch. I've gone on to play a lot of other things on it, but I was like, I need to keep playing Pokemon. Guess I'm forking over money for this. But I love the franchise. I love, my brother at one point had caught them all. I think before Lola came in, he'd had all the ones before that.
Nice.
So you're gonna buy the Pikachu car if Mini decides to release it.
Oh,
I mean, that was a nice for a Mini Cooper. That's a nice looking car. First of all, right. I love not to like put us on a tangent, but I just love how modern that electrical vehicle looks.
Well, I think that's a great pick because Pokemon clearly has stood the test of time. I mean, it's celebrated its 25th anniversary, and I know I'm speaking now about the card games versus the video games, but dude, kids are going nuts over the cards just as feverishly, if not more, than when I was a kid. So I assume the same with games. My son and I have pre-ordered Scarlet and Violet. He's getting Scarlet, and I'm getting Violet. So
I'm eyeballing a dual pack because this is the first time they've truly actually made me want to play both instead of picking one over the other.
And Stephanie's acting like she's not the cool parent. Shit, I wish you were my mom. Shit.
Well,
my mom was always bitching at me like, turn that ding ding mess off.
Now, my mom was the same way. Trust me, my mom was the same way too. Nikolai's just lucky I'm a nerd because nowadays nerds for the most part are cool. Back then, nerds weren't cool. Please. All right, so Pokemon, Nintendo, good choice.
Sony is going to be Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
The runner-up was Spider-Man, but I'm going to go with Horizon.
Ooh, nice! Because I actually thought about Spider-Man as well. I have the PC version of Spider-Man remastered.
Yeah, I that's actually the first game I ever completely 100%ed. I was Spider-Man PS4.
Awesome.
Loved that game. But Horizon, I think I just love a little bit more. It's a beautiful franchise. The story is just so engaging. And like I said, looking at all the different cultures of these people that have gone to this place, it's fascinating. And the attention to detail, even back on a PS4 game, now on a PS5 game, is astounding. Like the graphics, and I almost cried when Forbidden West started, that opening sequence.
Aww.
I was like, it's so pretty.
And I could be wrong, but I thought that without being spoiled of it, because I'm going to play it eventually, that the end does kind of open up the opportunity for further iterations. So we know that Horizon will likely to continue on.
I've heard a third game is set up at the end. Beyond that, I don't know details, but I have had multiple people who've played all the way through say the same thing.
Okay. Well, so that's good. So it's there's a full investment of continuing this. So,
yeah,
which I'm excited about because I'm just very curious where Forbidden West is trying to go. It's 40 hours, and I feel like I've barely scratched the surface.
Nice.
So I knew I wasn't getting a PlayStation anytime soon, so I actually listened to a Horizon Forbidden West spoiler cast. I'm not going to spoil anything here. Don't worry. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
But
I'm
I
very
do know
good.
what happens at the end, and even if I told you, I don't know if you would believe me. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh. Yeah, I've been very good about avoiding spoilers. I actually managed to avoid spoilers for Zero Dawn, even though I only played it this year. And so it's, yeah, no, I don't want any for Forbidden West. That's part of the reason I'm playing it now. Because I had a friend be like, go play God of War while I play for Forbidden West so I can watch her reactions, because she's the one who introduced me to Zero Dawn. And I was like, I want to play Forbidden West because I already had it. And I was like, I need it. So I popped it in. And eventually I'll get back to God of War and then maybe play Ragnarok when I'm done with that. Okay, so it's Horizon, Pokemon. I had to Google Xbox franchises because I've never owned an Xbox, to be honest. And then I saw one of the top ones, and I was like, for my best friends, I'm going to have to pick this franchise, Yakuza.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Very
That's like
nice.
one of their favorite franchises, and they've been trying to talk me into playing it for forever. So in honor of them, I'm going to say that.
Nice.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
What about you? I think we know some of your answers, Corey, but I'm curious.
I mean, my Nintendo answer is Zelda.
Yeah.
I mean, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild. These are like top 10 games of all time for me. Like they're never going to leave the top 10. I don't care what comes out. And obviously like Link's Awakening was my very first Zelda game on Game Boy, and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask mean a lot to me growing up. So like that whole franchise is just, it's staying. I did think about Fire Emblem for a hot second, but then I was like, nah. It's Zelda. For Xbox, it's Gears. I just have a lot of fond memories of that franchise with people when the Xbox 360 came out. That was the first game that I was like, wow, this is like, when you have those moments when a new console comes out and you first see a game that's like mind blowing and it doesn't look like it could run on the last generation of consoles, right? Like Oblivion was like, okay, that looks like a nicer version of Morrowind, right? And then you had like Splinter Cell, which was on both consoles, and you just have those cross-gen consoles that are games that are like, oh, okay, this is just like a prettier version of that one. But like Gears was the first game that it made me want an Xbox 360, even though I like really didn't have any affection for Xbox prior to that. Like I liked Halo, but like everybody bought an Xbox for Halo. It wasn't like PlayStation where like, oh, you have some Final Fantasy fans over here. Oh, you have some God of War fans or SOCOM fans, right? Xbox and Halo were synonymous, right? I mean, there's a few games, right? Like Knights of the Old Republic was one. Fable ended up coming out later, which was really good. Stuff like that. But Halo was it until Gears. And so playing that, every single game until 5, actually, I pulled an all-nighter with my one friend, which I'm going to his wedding on Saturday. All-nighters for every single one until 5, playing the campaign. And it's just one of those games that means a lot to me. So is it the best third-person shooter today? Probably not, but at the time, especially that original trilogy, Gears 3 is still like one of the best cover-based shooters ever, I think. And then 5 is, it's weird because when you get to your 6th game, you're like, how much can you really improve on this? When you already have like a great game, it's the Forza problem too, where how do you improve this game when it's already so good? But Gears is that franchise for Xbox for me. I will play every Gears game that comes out. The only one I haven't finished is Gears Tactics, which is, I mean, it's not like a quote unquote real Gears game, but I was playing it at one point, and then I got distracted by something. I think I don't know, probably
It
Destiny.
happens.
And then PlayStation. There's two franchises that mean a lot to me on PlayStation. That I truly love. It's really hard to pick. I don't know how.
Well, what
to
are the
pick
two?
between.
We'll help you whittle it down.
Yeah.
The only thing would be I would say Uncharted over Horizon because I've
That's fair.
only played the first one, and Uncharted has such a great Indiana Jones style to it, and Indiana Jones is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Last Crusade is top 3 movie for me all time.
That makes sense. Eventually, I want to play Uncharted. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I was so Nintendo only for so long. I'm now catching up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Uncharted 1 is like... Here's the thing. Uncharted 1 is like, okay. 2 is when the franchise really starts like... This is a franchise that's going to stick around. 3 was really good. 4 was great. It's a little long, but Lost Legacy is actually, I think, my favorite Uncharted game. Which is funny because it doesn't even have Drake in it at all. But 2 is amazing. The train scene in 2 is just amazing. It's one of the best. For me, it's just like it just stands out so much. So if you haven't played it, I don't want to spoil any more of it. But
yeah, it's on my list. I have the remake actually in the other room. I've just been distracted for almost 6 months now for Horizon. Yeah. It's fine.
No, that's fair. But Uncharted is a good palate cleanser to Horizon, I would say. They're short, they're fun, the banter is great, the characters are awesome. So yeah, but like you just look at Horizon and like Aloy is so cool and fighting robot dinosaurs is cool. So, that's why I had it. If I played Forbidden West, maybe I'd have a different answer, but Uncharted is, I think, the clear winner there. All right. Well, we have another question. This comes from Christian S on Twitter. He says, do you prefer to play games on a portable device, PC, or TV, and why? Oh, TV. Hands down, for me, TV. I
think for me, TV.
Yeah, I like the Switch, and it's really convenient with, 2 kids, and, my wife likes to watch TV, and it's convenient. But I would never undock my Switch if I didn't have to. I would much rather play on the TV.
I used to be TV all the way, but I think I've been playing handheld from the Switch so long, I've officially been fully spoiled at it. Now, granted, I'm redoing my office because I mounted my TV so high, and I hate getting neck pain for a week straight just because I'm, straining my neck. So we'll see, but I've noticed, like, I will play my Nintendo Switch over my PlayStation 5 sometimes, just for the sheer convenience of me just sitting all curled up. And the OLED screen helps.
Yeah.
I'm personally disappointed in myself because there's nothing like having a nice big TV, be able to get fully immersed in it. But I unfortunately have trained my brain to be like on a portable thing. And now that I have the Steam Deck, I'm kind of like, oh, so handheld for me, unfortunately. Wasn't always like that.
I love portable gaming. I do, but there's just something about being able to, like, whether it's like, whereas like, like playing a game on my big ass television or on the ultra wide monitor, is something about the fact that, like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy because, like, when I'm playing on my computer, like, like I'm sitting really close to my monitor. It's not because like I just want to be all up on it, but if it helps in the immersion sometimes. And same thing. I guess the opposite thing, but the same thing kind of applies when I'm playing on like a television and stuff like that. Because now I'm just like sitting far away from it on the couch, but like that full image is still like like right there and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm also in the thing where like I like a display But I love my handhelds because I mean, like shit, like I can't seem to let them go. Like from the Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance, the PSP, the Vita, the Switch, the Steam Deck. Sooner or later, yeah, I love handheld gaming. I love handheld gaming. I love handheld gaming though because, or even mobile and tablet. I love handheld gaming just for the simple fact is, well, it's getting easier now to be able to not stop playing your game now because we've got the Steam Deck now, and the Switch and stuff like that, So
That's
I piss people off. So like anytime my boyfriend and I we go out of town, the first thing I tell him is like, "Hey, are you bringing your Switch? Because I'm bringing mine."
yeah. That's the thing too. Is like up until the Switch came out, right? Like there was a very there's a very distinct difference between handheld gaming and console gaming, right?
Yes.
And I know the Vita tried to do, console gaming first on a handheld, and it just didn't work, right? Because of the lack of the amount of buttons and the touch screen on the back, and it just.
If we want to look at it for what it is, I think PlayStation tried their best to mature handheld gaming before gamers were ready for that.
Yeah.
In our brains, we wanted mature handheld gaming, but we didn't know how to process it at the time.
To be fair, what killed the Vita was their $8,000 memory cards.
That's true. That is true. That is definitely true.
If they would have gone with just an SD card, like that system would have been so popular.
Oh, you mean like how I have an SD card now that powers my Vita?
Yeah.
It's hacked now? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Vita was so cool. I played so much Destiny on the Vita. It's not even funny.
As a matter of fact, I gotta get a bigger SD card for the Vita because I've basically filled the damn thing up.
Yeah.
And there's still more shit I want to put on it. There's a Dreamcast emulator. There's a better Dreamcast emulator for it now. And I was like, you did not need to tell me this.
Oh man, Ed and I are talking about Dreamcast on Expansion Pass tomorrow.
I would love to join you. I would love to join you guys, but I am way too busy.
No, it's fine. We're recording late too. We're recording after Tower Casuals tomorrow, so. But yeah, I don't know. I really liked the Vita when it came out, but like that memory card situation was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
So, and then my Vita died, and then I'm just not gonna get another one. I don't.
Man, I am so afraid that something's gonna happen to my Vita, especially given that it's kind of like I renewed my wedding vows with it because it was my favorite handheld for sure when it was current and popular. Well, I don't know if it was ever popular, but when it was current, it was my favorite handheld. And when I finally sat down, I was like, you know what? Like I keep seeing everybody talking about jailbreaking their Vita. I'm gonna do this too because I used to jailbreak the fuck out of my PSP. So I was like, why not? And now it's like, oh, you're my new favorite again.
Well, Toys One Japan has Vitas for $100. It's actually pretty cheap. The black ones.
I'm assuming they're used.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume they were.
I mean, I would spend $100 for a Vita.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Honestly, I would spend up to or the original MSRP for it.
Which
so
was
I would
what,
spend
$250?
$250.
Yeah. Man, these are cheap. The white one on eBay is $150. Oh man, I gotta close this window. I'm gonna start.
Yeah, you're going on a rabbit trail you might not want to go down.
I know.
Yeah,
but no, look, I'll look at this, and the Vita is cheap, but then you go to look for them damn memory cards, and they're like $300 for the 128 gigabyte one. I'm like,
just buy yourself a 256 gigabyte SD card and mail both of them to me. I'll hook you up.
Yeah. Don't enable him, LeRon.
Yeah, don't enable me.
This guy basically like Palpatine me into like freaking like downloading Destiny. I downloaded Destiny.
You did?
Yes.
Yes.
I downloaded it. I don't know when I'm gonna play it, but I downloaded it.
We'll play this weekend, LeRon.
I will allocate some time. Like
you have to do the new light quest by yourself, though. I'm not doing that with you.
What the fuck?
I will do it with you.
But I don't even do that. I don't even do it to my Monster Hunter friends anymore. Like, oh, you're doing a 1-star quest? Okay, fine.
Just no. I'll do it with you. I'll do it with you with my hunter because I need to run through with my hunter. Anyways, did everybody answer the question?
I think we did.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we
We
did.
did.
Okay. We have one more question. It'll be a quick one. This one comes from, where's this person's name? Funko Enthusiast.
Funko Enthusiast?
Yeah.
I wonder what that person's into.
It's spelled Funco.
It's a tricky one.
Though.
Oh. Maybe I don't know.
What is a really popular game everyone seems to love but you don't like?
Ooh.
Oh gosh, I have a list of those games.
Yeah.
I'll name mine real quick. It's BioShock.
BioShock celebrated its 15 years the other day or a week.
Yeah, we had another did you they just gave away the BioShock collection for free on Epic.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough. This is low hanging fruit, but like all this young kid video game shit like Fortnite, not into it. Minecraft, I don't care.
Stephanie is basically like giving the whole "get off of my lawn." Like
I am.
right
Gosh, Grandma.
Yes, I would park my rocking chair right here and be like, "Hey, Jen, your stupid Fortnite, get off my lawn. You're not a real gamer." Sorry if anyone does like Fortnite. It's okay. It's just not my thing. Also, like any of like big sports games like Madden, like there's like such a huge following for stuff like that, and I just can't get into it. Especially they come out with shit like that every single year. I'm like,
I played the new Madden because with
sure,
Game Pass,
good.
And
when you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get a 10-hour free trial. Guess what? I played 2 games. I was like, that was just as bad as I thought it was going to be, and I uninstalled it because Madden is bad. It's been bad since the Xbox 360.
But apparently it's popular, so I don't get into it. So
Yeah, it's only popular because there's no other football game out there because EA has the exclusive rights to the NFL.
Ooh.
So, rip Madden. I'll play you when you come to Game Pass the week before the Super Bowl. And be like, oh yeah, I forgot how much I did not like this last time. And delete it again.
All right. Who else?
you guys know my answer.
Advanced
I don't
Wars.
know your answer, so now I'm curious.
It's Mario Kart.
Oh.
LeRon gets some rage from Mario Kart sometimes.
Yeah, like I mean, at least now I'm actually civil to Mario Party. It's because the latest Mario Party is the only one I've ever had fun with because I actually win now. So there you go.
Oh, Mario
I
Party.
feel that.
The new one is pretty good. And then
It's so
everybody
fun.
got the new one, and then everybody traded it in. Now I have nobody to play it with.
Well, I got the new one, and then no one like ever got around to playing it. And that's the only reason why I traded it in.
Oh, rip.
Guess it's left to me. All right.
It is.
I'm gonna also say sports games like Madden, MLB The Game, even basketball. Part of it is because when I do watch sports, I prefer college over pro anyway.
Same.
So like
I don't
to me,
understand
it's
the
not interesting to play
fanaticism.
the pro stuff. It's like I don't.
Okay.
I don't understand the fanaticism about pro sports. You know,
Right.
like, and I think the reason why I like college sports is because like everybody's a fucking underdog. Because guess what? They're not really getting paid for this. Like the only thing they're really getting paid for is their college tuition. Which, by the way, you know, like shit, you need to be a fucking athlete in this day and age because like fucking student loans are fucking ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
With the NIL, they're now starting to get paid. But
Oh, they are.
yeah, at least basketball. I don't know about football.
See, football is definitely the one they need to pay people for because football has the most risk.
Right.
Like shit, they're starting to realize studies where people who've been playing football since like little league, they are the first ones to come down with CTE.
Yeah.
But yes, sports games, and then like half the chat's gonna hate me for the second answer.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of shooter games.
I'm right there with you. That was
Like,
a good gasp. Like first-person shooters is kind of like the bottom of the well.
I'm a
genres.
third-person shooter. First-person shooters break my brain.
like the main reason I play Borderlands is I play with some friends and I'm there to hang with them, not just, I enjoy the games, don't get me wrong, and the storyline I've been like, what? But like they know the main reason I play is to play with them.
Yeah, Borderlands is very enjoyable. That's one of the few first-person shooters that I have no problems playing.
It's that one's fun to me, but like Halo I never was able to get into, Gears I was never able to get into, like, so when I drastically got upvoted in the Xbox, that's why, because I'm just not my type.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it, I think. We did it.
Yay!
We did it.
Yeah, a whole show.
A whole show. Not just half of one, a whole one. A whole one. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. Remember, if you listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a nice review. Support us on Patreon if you would like. Mary-Helen, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
It was a pleasure having you.
Glad. Sorry to make you wait. Seriously.
It's Stephanie's fault. You can yell at her online.
Yeah, you can. But we'd love to have you back again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
please.
Pop back and chat.
Where can people follow you if you want them to follow you?
I mean, they can follow me on Twitter at girlinpink44, and I also am on Instagram at mhnorris4.
Cool.
Because someone keeps taking without the 4, and it really is annoying me. Like Twitter, it's gone. I'm like, really, who is this doing this to me?
It's always hard. Stephanie, where can we find you?
People can find me on the internet on Twitter and Instagram at Klimov_author. My articles on bossrush.net. I recently published how to install your Xbox Cloud Gaming with your Xbox Game Pass on the Steam Deck, and my review of the Steam Deck. I also appear on Standard Definition, Disney episodes, and After Dark.
Nice. LeRon?
All right. As always, you can find me on social media, YouTube, Twitch, and PlayStation Network, as well as Steam by looking up Exodus 803. Also, Tuesday nights over on my YouTube channel, the Crossroads Video Game Podcast, partnered with the Boss Rush Network, where me, Stoyovich, and Andre Wilson talk about all things PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, as well as a few other things. We get a little off the cuff sometimes.
No, you three.
It's all good fun though.
Never.
And there's that. Just a quick plug. Real fast, me and a friend, we have started a brand new gaming YouTube channel. Look us up, Silicon Syndicate. Silicon, like the thing that sand's made out of, and Syndicate, like a bad crime organization. Look us up. Like we got quite a lot of gameplay videos and stuff going on. Right now, like everything from like the Dark Pictures anthology, Man of Medan, Little Hope, all those games, as well as Detroit Become Human, Stray, As Dusk Falls. Like, yeah, there's something out there for everybody. Just go check us out. Like, you're gonna like what you see out there. If you're into gaming, you're gonna like what you see.
Nice. You can find me at I am Corey HD on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me on Nintendo Power Block, Expansion Pass, Standard Definition, and a plethora of other things out there on the internet. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. Until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, guys.